Welcome to Informed Tourist. I'm Curtis, your travel guru. Today we're diving into why so many dream destinations are becoming unaffordable for regular travelers. It's not just luxury. Everyday trips now come with shocking price tags. We'll reveal what's driving these changes and give you a simple rule to spot countries pricing out tourists before you book. Switzerland dazzles with its alpine beauty and precision, but beneath the postcard perfection lies a steep price tag. Even a simple meal or coffee can cost a small fortune. Switzerland caters to high-spending visitors, with luxury everywhere and budget options scarce. The true cost. Feeling like an outsider in a paradise built for the wealthy. In Switzerland, even a simple meal can shock your wallet, so can getting around. Trains and attractions are world-class, but their prices are sky-high. The Swiss travel pass is convenient, but costs hundreds. Every mountain, every view, comes with a hefty ticket. For most, exploring Switzerland means constant compromise, admiring the beauty, but counting every franc. Next, we journey north to a land of dramatic contrasts, a place where volcanoes smolder beneath ancient glaciers and the sky dances with ethereal green light, Iceland. Not so long ago, in the aftermath of its 2008 financial crash, Iceland became an almost mythical destination for budget travelers. A collapsed currency and a desperate need for tourism dollars made this otherworldly landscape surprisingly accessible. Backpackers and adventurous travelers flocked to the island, drawn by the promise of epic nature on a shoestring budget. But that Iceland, the budget-friendly wonderland, is now a distant memory, a ghost of travel's past. Today, Iceland stands as a stark example of a country that has swung dramatically from one end of the pricing spectrum to the other. The transformation is staggering. The very things that once made it affordable have now become sources of financial strain for visitors. The cost of basic necessities can be truly mind-boggling. Let's take the simple act of getting a warm meal. In a country known for its chilly, unpredictable weather, a comforting bowl of soup seems like a perfect choice. But in Reykjavik, be prepared to pay upwards of $20 to $25 for that single bowl of soup, often served with a simple piece of bread. This isn't an isolated example, it's the new norm. The price inflation is visible everywhere, from the grocery store to the gas pump. A casual dinner for two at a mid-range restaurant can easily exceed $150 without even factoring in alcoholic beverages. The sticker shock is so profound that it becomes a central topic of conversation among travelers, whispered in hostel common rooms and shared on travel forums. People arrive expecting the Iceland they read about in decade-old blog posts and are met with a harsh economic reality that forces an immediate and drastic revision of their plans and expectations. The reasons for this are complex, involving a recovered and now incredibly strong currency, a heavy reliance on expensive imports for almost everything, and a tourism infrastructure that is straining to keep up with overwhelming demand. But for the traveler on the ground, the reasons matter less than the reality. Iceland has become a place where every transaction feels inflated. The country's raw, untamed beauty remains as potent as ever, but enjoying it now requires navigating a financial minefield. The land of fire and ice has added a new, unwelcome element to its identity, the land of jaw-dropping prices. As the cost of traditional tourism in Iceland has skyrocketed, a distinct pattern has emerged among those still determined to visit without declaring bankruptcy. The primary expenses that break the bank are accommodations and transportation. Hotel prices, particularly in and around the capital city of Reykjavik and along the popular southern coast, have reached levels comparable to major world capitals like New York or London. A basic, no-frills hotel room can easily run you $250 to $300 a night, and often more during the peak summer season. These prices make a week-long stay a monumental expense for the average family or couple. Similarly, renting a car, which is almost essential for exploring the vast, rugged landscapes outside the capital, has become a significant financial burden. The demand for rental vehicles, especially the 4x4s needed to access the highlands or navigate winter roads, far outstrips the supply. This imbalance has driven rental prices to punishing heights, with daily rates often exceeding $100 for even the most basic compact car. Add in the notoriously high cost of gasoline, and the dream of an epic Icelandic road trip quickly turns into a costly logistical nightmare for many would-be adventurers. This is where the camper van compromise comes in. A growing number of travelers are opting to rent camper vans, or small motorhomes, which combine both accommodation and transportation into a single, albeit still expensive, package. This strategy allows them to bypass the exorbitant hotel costs and gives them the freedom to explore at their own pace. More importantly, it provides them with a kitchen. The ability to shop at Iceland's more affordable grocery stores, like Bonus or Kronan, and cook your own meals becomes the single most effective money-saving tactic. It is the only reliable way to avoid the crippling cost of eating out for every meal. However, this is not a solution without its own set of compromises. It means sacrificing the comfort of a warm hotel room and a proper bed for the cramped quarters of a van. It requires meticulous planning around campsites, which also come with their own fees, and dealing with the country's notoriously fickle weather in a much more direct way. In essence, to make Iceland affordable, you have to opt out of the conventional tourism infrastructure almost entirely. It's a testament to the country's allure that so many are willing to make this trade-off, but it also highlights how Iceland is no longer a destination for the casual tourist. It's for the dedicated and the well-prepared who are willing to cook their own soup. Imagine a place where the water merges with the sky, and white sand beaches are dotted with overwater bungalows. This is the Maldives, a nation of coral islands, each resort its own private world of luxury. Here, exclusivity is by design. Every experience, from arrival to departure, comes with a price tag. In the Maldives, paradise is carefully constructed, and never cheap. The Maldives is famous for luxury resorts, but in 2009, guest houses opened on local islands, promising affordable paradise. Yet costs remain high, and true resort experiences, like sipping a drink on the beach, still require pricey day passes. The core tourism model favors exclusivity, making the Maldivian dream accessible only to those willing to pay. For most, paradise stays just out of reach. For many years, Japan held a unique position in the travel world. It was a place where ancient tradition coexisted with futuristic technology, a country renowned for its impeccable service, sublime cuisine, and profound sense of order. While never considered a backpacker's paradise, it was surprisingly accessible, with efficient public transport, affordable and delicious food options, and a range of accommodations. But in recent years, a significant shift has occurred. The quiet, polite welcome is still there, but it's now accompanied by a growing list of fees, taxes, and rising prices that are subtly, but surely, changing the calculus for international visitors. The most visible change has been the introduction of new taxes, aimed directly at tourists. The Sayonara tax, an international tourist departure tax of 1,000 yen, was just the beginning. More impactful are the local taxes being implemented in popular destinations. Cities like Kyoto and Tokyo have introduced accommodation taxes, adding a nightly fee per person that, while small on its own, quickly adds up over the course of a trip. These are not hidden fees. They are explicit government policies designed to manage the environmental and infrastructural strain caused by a massive influx of tourists and to generate revenue for preservation and improvements. Beyond official taxes, there's a more organic and pervasive inflation affecting tourists. The Japan Rail Pass, once the undisputed king of travel bargains for foreigners, has seen a dramatic price hike of nearly 70%. This single change has fundamentally altered how many visitors plan their trips, turning what was once a cost-effective way to see the country into a luxury item. Similarly, entrance fees to temples, shrines, and gardens are steadily creeping upwards. What were once nominal fees or even free attractions now often require a more significant financial commitment, as Japan seeks to fund the preservation of its priceless cultural heritage through the wallets of those who come to admire it. This isn't a simple case of price gouging, it's a reflection of a country grappling with the consequences of its own popularity. Decades of Cool Japan campaigns and global fascination have led to an explosion in tourism numbers, putting immense pressure on popular sites and cities. The rising costs are, in part, a tool for crowd control. By making it more expensive to visit, Japan is signaling a move away from mass tourism towards a more sustainable, higher-value model. The message is that visiting Japan is a privilege, and that privilege now comes with a higher and more explicit price tag than ever before. Nowhere is this shift more apparent than in Kyoto, the nation's former imperial capital and the heart of traditional Japanese culture. For centuries, Kyoto has been a beacon for those seeking beauty, tranquility, and a connection to Japan's storied past. But the city has become a victim of its own success. The sheer volume of visitors has overwhelmed its delicate infrastructure, transforming serene temple gardens into crowded photo opportunities and quiet geisha districts into paparazzi-like scrums. The phenomenon known as tourism pollution has become a genuine crisis for the city and its residents. In response, Kyoto is actively pushing back. The city has launched campaigns pleading with tourists to behave more respectfully, but it's also taking more concrete measures. Access to certain private alleys in the famous Gion district, where geishas live and work, has been completely restricted to tourists. This is not a suggestion, it is a ban, enforced with fines. The city is sending an unambiguous message. Your presence is no longer welcome everywhere. This move, while understandable from a local's perspective, marks a significant change from Japan's traditionally welcoming stance, indicating that some doors are now closing. This pushback extends beyond just restricting access. Local businesses in Kyoto, frustrated with overcrowding, are beginning to create a two-tiered system. Some restaurants and shops are reportedly prioritizing local customers, or even displaying signs indicating they are not catering to tourists. While this is not yet a widespread government policy, it's a grassroots reaction that speaks volumes. The city's transport system is also feeling the strain, with officials contemplating a new bus pass exclusively for tourists at a much higher price than the one available to locals. A clear, financial disincentive aimed at managing the flow of people through the city's arteries. What we are witnessing in Japan, and especially in Kyoto, is a conscious and strategic pivot. The country is no longer just passively welcoming all visitors. It is actively curating its tourist population. By increasing costs and restricting access, Japan is becoming more selective about who it invites in. It is signaling a preference for visitors who are willing to pay more, who are more invested in its culture, and who will tread more lightly on its sacred spaces. The era of Japan as a destination for everyone may be drawing to a close, replaced by a new era where the price of admission is not just monetary, but also requires a deeper level of respect and understanding. Imagine stepping off a plane into a world of turquoise waters and white sand beaches. The Caribbean promises paradise, but beneath the beauty lies a hidden cost. Everything from food to fuel is imported, driving prices sky-high for travelers and locals alike. Even basic groceries can cost 2 or 3 times more than back home. That dream lunch by the sea? It comes with a bill that's anything but relaxing. In paradise, the price is always higher than it seems. Beyond the cost of everyday goods, the price of simply having a place to sleep in the Caribbean can be the biggest shock to your travel budget. The region's accommodation market is a complex web of limited supply and overwhelming demand, especially during peak season. Unlike sprawling continents with endless options, small islands have finite space. There are only so many beachfronts, so many scenic coves, and so many plots of land suitable for development. This inherent scarcity gives property owners and large resort chains immense pricing power, allowing them to charge a premium that would be unthinkable in more competitive markets, turning a basic room into a luxury expense. This scarcity is further compounded by the type of accommodations available. The Caribbean has long been dominated by large, all-inclusive resorts and ultra-luxury villas catering specifically to high-spending tourists. These establishments are designed to be self-contained worlds, offering everything from dining and entertainment to private beaches, all for a single hefty price. While convenient, they effectively shut out budget and mid-range travelers. The lack of smaller independent hotels, affordable guest houses, and modern hostels in many popular destinations means there are few alternatives to the high-priced resort model. So, you're often faced with a choice: pay the exorbitant resort fee, or don't come at all. Even the rise of vacation rentals, which has offered budget-friendly options in other parts of the world, has had a mixed impact here. In many Caribbean hotspots, platforms like Airbnb and Vrbo are dominated by luxury properties managed by investment companies, not by locals renting out a spare room. These high-end villas and condos are priced to compete with hotels, not to offer a cheaper alternative. The dream of finding a charming, affordable bungalow is often replaced by the reality of scrolling through listings that cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per night, further squeezing out the average traveler from the most desirable locations. The result is a market where the cost of lodging becomes the single largest barrier to entry. Your choice of island is often dictated not by its culture or natural beauty, but by whether you can find a room for under $400 a night. Destinations like St. Bart's, Anguilla, and Mustique have become exclusive enclaves for the ultra-wealthy, places where the price of admission is simply too high for most. This isn't an accident, it's a deliberate strategy. By limiting accommodation and focusing on the high-end market, these islands cultivate an air of exclusivity, ensuring that their paradise remains pristine, uncrowded, and above all, profitable, leaving average tourists to look on from afar. The grand old cities of Europe, Paris, Venice, Rome, Amsterdam, have always drawn travelers with their timeless charm. But today, visiting feels like navigating a maze of taxes and surcharges. From hotel taxes to entry fees and rising ticket prices, every experience comes with a cost. Even a simple ride or museum visit can feel like a transaction. The magic of exploring is fading, replaced by the reality of a costly, pay-to-play experience. In Europe's iconic cities, the simple pleasure of a cafe meal has become a costly affair. In tourist hotspots, prices soar. Coffee with a view of the Eiffel Tower or pasta near the Colosseum can cost double or triple. These inflated prices and hidden fees turn a cultural experience into a financial challenge, making these historic centers less accessible for many travelers. From the peaks of Switzerland to the Caribbean shores, travel is changing. Destinations are shifting to attract high-spending visitors, with hotel prices rising faster than local wages. Watch for this gap. It's a sign tourists are the new target. Add tourist tax hikes to your checklist. Be an informed tourist. Research, adapt, and travel smarter. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more travel insights.